That's Dude, I'm fucking baked. Go, Troy, go!
I'm a little worried about this next segment, Jerry.
What are we doing?
We're gonna pop off the Rogue versus the Mighty because everyone's been asking about it. Everyone's been asking about the Rogue, so get the Rogue out. Do a little Rogue Mighty vapor comparison. 2 fist, be a 4 fist actually. Since I'll have anyway, we have 2 fists each, right? The math, you get it?
2 times 2 is 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a fun comparison because the Rogue just came out.
Yeah.
And the Mighty has been out for, what did we say?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, it's been out a while. The fact that it's even relevant is amazing. Instead, it's the gold standard still. It's just stupid. That's why we're still doing videos about it 7 years later. We're talking about it all fucking night 7 years later.
It's been asked so many times, like people asking them, it's just the Mighty, like people are always the Mighty killer.
Yeah.
I think only the market can decide that. You know, I don't want to like cop out and not answer that question, but the Mighty has a reputation.
Yeah.
Beyond capabilities. You know, it's at some point it's a steep uphill battle. Same thing with the Volcano. The Volcano was the de facto desktop vaporizer because it was the one that got well known and used in movies, used by blah 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 blah, and advertised in high times. So it's like the Kleenex. The Mighty has a lot going for it beyond its amazing interface and power.
I think that at this point, the only thing that's going to be a Mighty killer is whatever Storz and Bickel makes next.
Right.
You know. Otherwise, no, it's going to be something that is maybe a little closer to the Mighty than whatever the last thing was. But all it means is it's not as good and it's cheaper. You know, everything that gets compared to the Mighty is cheaper.
You ready to do a voiceover for the Rogue? I'll show off my fresh Rogue here and you can do the narration. How's that?
All right, so here's the Rogue compared to the Mighty. Check it out, man. Obviously, they're different in size. You know, the Mighty's easy to load and unload. This one here, the mouthpiece was a little hard to get, but there's a technique to it that works, so you're good. That's how you'd load it and dump it. Kind of similar as an easy dump out. It's got that little finish that I forget what it's called. Some kind of Kirkstite alloy thingamajig shit. Feels good though. I like it. I still love to peel off plastic in private, so I usually save it for later. I'm gonna do this tonight. I've got 2 or 3 of these, and I can't wait. When you peel that stuff off, it feels so good. Doesn't matter whether it's peeled or not. That thing's hard to see in the light. Same thing with the older versions. Fury Edge, the one, they all have that same screen, and that's a focus issue there. But anyhow, you get what I'm saying. So shorter. It's about the same thickness. Feels pretty good in the hand. I do like how it feels. Totally different, obviously, ridges compared to a smooth ridges compared to smooth.
And I love peeling these little things off. Saved it just for the show.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, and it's in focus. This is going to be great. You almost got it. And yes. Oh. That felt good, man. Look at that. Lint free, no smudges. I can see myself.
All right, so I'm going to vape at 410 since the Mighty only goes to 410.
So we're just going to take them to the top? All right, cool.
The Rogue is ready, though, so I'm going to hit that shit. Oops,
it does get ready.
Obviously, the Rogue is ready. I forgot to turn the Mighty on.
No, but I mean, look, we all want a faster Mighty. The Rogue is plenty fast. I think it heats up probably what, like 25 seconds or so, because it's a good 5 seconds quicker than the one, maybe to get to 410 or to get to 430, the top speed. Lower ones maybe only a second difference. That top end makes a difference.
Yeah, and the first hit, tasty and delicious, like not wispy. Like usually the first hit from any portable is a little softer. You know, you gotta give it a little extra time to heat up, or a little bowl hit to heat up. I get a pretty good hit from the Rogue on the very first try.
That was more vapor than I expected on the first hit, and super terpy. Like I got a good terp bite out of that one. Like that's a good first hit, man.
Yeah.
I wonder how much the bigger bowl makes a difference. My Mighty's up to speed now. Here's my first hit off the Mighty. Jeez, that terp hit wore me out more than I thought. I couldn't even get started on the Mighty because I was so from the
My Mighty is ready.
Jesus, that was a that rogue hit was terpy, man.
So the first hit on the Mighty is terpier and tastier and more dense than the first hit from the Rogue, for sure. Like they've been the exact same strain. I got more gelato notes from the Mighty than I got from the Rogue, but absolutely terpy on the Rogue.
Yeah, the Mighty's thicker. Dude, the Mighty's first hit is better than anybody's first hit. That's just a way it turns out. That's fucked up.
The Rogue still does have a little bit of signature from, I'm not sure if it's the plastic mouthpiece or the silicone gasket or what it is. It's like they all kind of have it, you know. All the Fury clones all kind of have it when they're new, and it kind of develops into just its own, not plasticky but signature style taste. Even the Mighty has it. You know, the Mighty has its Mighty signature.
I like the glass mouthpiece on these things instead. That was a good second hit. Wasn't huge. I think the Rogue is a little tighter than the Mighty. I'm not sure. I think the Mighty is more open than the Rogue. I think the Rogue's draw airflow is a little tighter than the Mighty. Jesus. How many bowls have we had tonight, bro? Do you think the Mighty's more open airflow?
They're very similar. Oh wow, that's weird. Getting both vapors and intermittent exhales, you can actually taste the different vapors in the exhale.
Nice. Dude, I'm fucking baked. Go, Troy, go!
That's weird.
What happened?
The Mighty gives a vapor that has a unique inhale and exhale. You know, it's extra fluffy, and you taste that signature both ways. And I think the Rogue is too. It's just a slightly different tone.
Yeah.
And when you do that, when I do that, I feel like I can taste a little bit of both. Like I feel like I can tell subtle differences.
Dude, I'm baked. I'm just gonna sit here and say I'm baked all night, man. I'm baked.
Okay, so the Rogue, I think it's a valid contender. Like if you don't want to spend the 300 bones on a Mighty, if you're a cheap ass, this is a damn good portable vape. It's not as good as the Mighty, but the vapor is good. It hits. It's quick. It's quicker than the Mighty. The experience, the reload experience is kinda as good as the Mighty. Like it will empty just with a flick of the wrist. It's not as quite quick to load and stuff, but it's easy. It checks all the same boxes as the Mighty. It's just not quite as good on the vapor side. And it gets hotter.
I'm half a battery in, so I haven't used it a ton. Probably put about 5 or 6 bowls through it, and I think the battery's probably pretty good. I haven't even run it once, so I can't really say. I don't know if you have, Troy, but I get a feeling the battery's pretty good. I like the bigger bowl, and I have gotten some really good tasty hits off this thing. Like, I don't like it at 410 like we just did. That was rough. I'd rather go down to 370, 390, and I've had some amazing tasty hits down there. So at a lower temp, I like this vape a lot. The airflow is more restrictive than I remember any of the other, like the Edge or the Fury or the One being. I'll have to look at that some more. Otherwise, I don't think I liked anything about it more than I liked the Mighty on the side by side. So if price is no concern, I think once again, we're not at a Mighty killer, obviously. You just get the Mighty. How much is this thing, the Rogue?
150?
150, 160, something like that? It is 159. That comes with the both mouthpieces and the smell cap for the other top. So for 159, you get 2 of them for the price of a Mighty and have change left over. So there's something to be said.
There's
for
some
that.
Coupons that bring the price down to like 300 for the Mighty, right?
Actually, I think you're right. Maybe 298, somewhere in there. So okay, so if you can get the Mighty down to 300ish, yeah. So then it's a 2-to-1. You can get 2 of these Rogues for a Mighty. I mean, I think if you haven't had the Mighty and you got the Rogue, you'd be real happy.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe that margin, Jerry. Thank you for that. If you haven't had the Mighty, if you haven't tried the Mighty, the Rogue is gonna be fucking great.
Right.
Actually, even if you have tried the Mighty, and you don't own it, you chances are the Rogue gonna satisfy. Like, I feel like my friends that I've shared the Mighty with, and they loved it. I feel like if I were to, like, months later give them a Rogue, or even weeks later, or even maybe days later give them a Rogue, they'd fucking love it. But for that matter, I've given those same friends one of the vape ones, and they fucking love it. So there's that margin. If you don't know the Mighty, these vapes are gonna be fucking great.
I mean, honestly, and the One is what I used to. I mean, look, when people have said before, like One or the Mighty, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Again, if you can afford the Mighty, if that's in your realm, then you get the Mighty. It's a better vape than the One. It's a totally different vape, and it's a third the price or less. So it shouldn't be as good a vape. What you get is something that's incredibly good for this size. And if you can deal with the battery life, you'll probably be happy with it till it breaks or dies with the battery, or it's a fantastic vape. Nothing still with the Mighty. This one here is more different than I thought because of that bowl. I knew it was going to be bigger, so I knew it was going to have a bigger battery, but I didn't know that it was going to have that big of a bowl. And I do like the bigger bowl. I'm not sure that it's needed. Sort of like the same thing. If you gave somebody a One or a Fury first, the bowl size is fine. You know what I'm saying? If you give somebody this one and they really like it, they'll come back and go, it takes 2 of these bowls instead of 1 of these, or you know what I mean? So
yeah, here's one thing that I want to point out on the bowl size that makes a big difference, and I didn't point it out a second ago, and I should have. The wrist flick thing.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger bowl allows a better wrist flick. Like, with the bigger bowl, you can tip it over and in more chances get a better ABV dump. The smaller diameter bowl holds the ABV in there tighter, like a Dynavap. The bigger bowls empty more nicely.
Okay, that's good to know, man.
Yeah, and the Mighty, here's a big difference. The Mighty bowl is actually shaped kind of like a funnel. Like it's actually conical. Like it's not perfectly up and down. And it's not just the white ceramic part either. Like the actual metal sidewalls are actually funnel
they
shaped.
angle a little bit.
Yeah, they angle a little bit.
A little taper.
So it makes it really easy to dump. Crazy.
That's a good point.
The Rogue and the Fury clones, those are vertical sidewalls.
I'm pretty convinced that the Fury /1 has more open airflow than the Rogue. I hadn't compared it to the Edge.
My Edge is pretty tight.
Okay, then I'm gonna have to check my Rogue because my Edge is much more open than this Rogue. So maybe I have I have another Rogue I can check.
My Edge got carried pretty hard though, so my Edge may be so dirty and soiled that like it's just getting clogged. I know my Fury 2 got clogged, like after so much use. Like eventually it was like hard to draw through, and then I boiled it down to just like inhaling dust and shit into the heater, or shit falling down into the heater and clogging it. Like it's a somewhat of a throwaway vape. You know, like they're disposable after a couple years. Sadly, that's the case.
Dude, this thing here, I mean, you can hear the difference. Here's the Rogue. And then here's the Edge. I mean, it's a rushing compared to, like, it's a big difference.
Yeah, your Edge sounds really open.
Yeah, and but the same, like if I put the same mouthpiece on the one, that one feels more open as well. Oh yeah, so I wonder which one of these is more open, the Edge or these are probably about the same.
Carrots, let me show you my capsules.
Oh yeah, let's see these.
All right, so we've got the capsules displayed on the lovely Brilliant Cut grinder stages. The capsule in my purple stage is the aluminum capsule for the Mighty. As you can see, mine have been mangled and whatnot, just because they've been moved. They're very soft. Like these capsules, you got to be pretty gentle with them, otherwise they'll get squished. The capsules for the Rogue are like stainless steel, and I can't. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I made it oval a little bit, but these capsules they're a different ballgame, and I think they're a little more pricey though. Like they're a 5-pack for $20 or $25 or some shit like that. Whereas the aluminum ones, you get like 100 of them for $40.
Honestly, that's something that Stores and Pickles just figured out. Same thing with bud cups. Same with every. That's the problem with every dosing capsule is they need to be really cheap, and only Stores and Pickles pulled that off to be stupid cheap. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, cool. Well, I think we've compared those two for a long time, actually.
Yeah, that was a stretch one.